Okay, hello, welcome to this game. This is a game of 2v2 just for fun. Priad, Red Raptor versus Khan, SGF, and Kamran A's, I guess. I don't know. I'll fast forward until it starts moving. Usually people don't do stuff here, but it's going to be different this game. 1v1 and 2v2 doesn't always play the same. Although some of us like to make it that way. The green markers are my team, blue 4. Red markers are red 4. Okay. So based on the deployment, we're taking Bravo. We're helicopter attacking Delta with only 2 anti-air and a bunch of fodder. And we got a good amount of force to go defend Alpha. These guys are apparently going to fight on the 1-point area. And it does some interesting things. There's CVs back there. It's important for later. Then we got 4 anti-helo helos. A Buratino, a bunch of vehicles, so they're pretty much going to be attacking Delta with helicopters and reinforcing Charlie so that nothing can go past them. Our strategy was kind of similar, just didn't have the same force on the left. We put a lot of points on the right, and you'll see what happens. Okay, I'll slow this down. So over here, the ninjas, they're not together. So first one, my Blackhawks are going to get taken out by these TY-90s, which were stopped and spread. Spreading them is the right thing to do because one rocket splashes and kills everything. The ninjas, see that? 2 rockets hit, killed 2 helicopters. This guy should have actually attacked these, but for some reason it didn't. And so I lose everything, as well as Red Raptor. This is well done by Red 4. Over here, we saw this push. It was more or less like, why are they bringing so many units? And yet, they do it anyway. CV back there. I have a helicopter over here. He has an Mi-24D. He sees this helicopter, K-52 probably. Or just, you know, it's open, so you put something there to block. It appears that he brought all his units for Delta to fight over Delta instead of pushing towards Alpha like we usually do. This is not the way that 1v1's usually played. This Tor helps out pretty much taking out one of these Blackhawks. Luckily, this one doesn't get taken down. B5, trying to hit this whole convoy. Lucky for me, it doesn't kill everything because, well, it's a little bit far away, thankfully. That worked out really well for me. I would have lost a shit ton of points otherwise. See, as soon as we saw that they had units there and there was nothing in front of us, we should have just relocated and pushed up to Charlie the whole time. But they start with the BU, B1 to cover it. Smart move. I miss with... My Stinger misses that guy. No fun. CEV tries taking that out. It's gonna miss. Let's see. Yep, oh, it hits. Lucky me. Okay. So, TY-90s, I think that they should have seen this, but they don't. Okay. Well, they don't see this. I infiltrate. Good thing for us later on. Kind of confuses them when they spot it. See all this units? This is meaningless. This does nothing. We should have had a recon over here to spot this, and we could have done some crazy work. I drop a Blackhawk shell and kill some nice vehicles. That's it. Useless. Would have been more effective in here, maybe, possibly. Mi-24D still being annoying. Some reason these closed arrows never went after it. It's a good thing though, because they would have been side shot over here. My units are fighting some Lijuan. Lijian, whatever. They're getting shredded. Fire support from the vehicle and 2 of these squads, more than enough. My fire support should have been there, but they probably would have just been destroyed earlier. B5 coming in to mop this up. We'll see what happens. I try to stop the chaparrals to fire on this. Doesn't do too much. And it gets out. So you can see some light tanks coming up. And a lot of vehicles getting taken out by this. Not too much going on. It's kind of stagnant. Trying to infiltrate so that I can go find the CV without getting spotted, because I know that he has helicopters everywhere. Another thing to note, they started with a fob, we didn't, so kind of playstyle indicates that they're expecting to keep their helicopters alive. Or they have a playstyle that uses heavy support units like a Buratino. Turns out that they don't really use the Buratino because our push really didn't happen at all. Here's where a lot of mistakes get made. He just throws units straight forward. It's not exactly the way to do it. There is this much open space, that much open space. You really should be using the whole entire map. It's there for a reason. It just means time taken away from the combat. But it's better than losing units for free. And as you can see, that BU gets taken down with the combo of the K1A1 and the Kiyu Marishiki. I think the K1A1 is 150. I guess it's a good trade for us, but, you know, no need to lose tanks if you don't really have to. We got a B5 coming in. They know that I have Rangers in their base. They're kind of going crazy. Two B5s coming in, and okay, one B5, one MiG-27. That's because they see a super heavy, and a Buratino gets fired because he sees units. That's a reasonable thing to do. It's actually a little overkill to B5 plus Buratino, because, well, you really should be sending in other units to just clear it up, because they're panicked. They're not going to do anything anyway. I realized that if I used these and brought them up right here, it would have been super effective to kill HQ7s. So I am actually sending in a Nighthawk blindly. I have no idea what's going to happen. I kind of figure most people put CVs either in this clump, or that clump, sometimes right there. So I'm just going to B5, well, Nighthawk over there. And as you see, I get a successful strike. I don't even think that they saw the Nighthawk. But yes, they saw the Nighthawk, but T-190s were probably looking the other way. Yes, they were. The reason they couldn't fire is because they were looking right, Nighthawk was left, and they were landed, so they couldn't turn around to fire. That was a really lucky shot, and as you guys know, I did not see it. Somehow the Humvee does not get spotted or taken out. Maybe they just didn't want to fire on it. It explains some stuff later on. So this is going to get resupplied. There's a huge lull in the combat when in reality we have way more forces that could have overpowered everything here, but we just didn't do anything about it. I was more focused on, oh god, there's units here, what are we going to do about it? Here's the plan, blah blah blah. Generally, it's always a good idea to have a recon something, anything recon in this area, just so that you can see the huge expanse in open fields. It's so open, you gotta cover it, it's good information. Because if someone brings some helicopters right through here, you're not really going to see it until it's a little bit too late. And so you'll lose some really important CVs. This side getting pushed with a tank, Afghanskis, and Tor. Pretty good push. It's funny, I don't think that they ever see the Ranger squad. This is what they actually see. So they figure that we'll keep pushing from this angle, and they are completely correct because they have a good concave like this. It's a pretty good firing arc, but they really should have tried to get some units over here, which it seems like they will be because of the pathing of this. What are we doing? We are doing pretty much stagnant over here, trying to get some small units over, and trying to make sure this doesn't fall. I'm actually interested in where this CV gets placed. Probably somewhere over here. Wouldn't be surprised. Okay. Looks like it's going to go where I thought it will. I'll look over later. Some units that are forgotten. BTRD with a squad in it. Looks like they didn't even need it. So BTR-80A with Yakiande. How many points? 30 and 20. It's a pretty good force. I had Navy SEALs. I think that I send them in at some point, but I don't remember. I moved these guys away because someone over here would be able to see them and shoot rockets at them, which is not what I want for my units. In fact, he puts it over there. Okay. KA-52 sees the Rangers. I probably should have put them into the forest at some point, but oh well. Rangers did what they had to do. My Nighthawk, I was trying to hit that B1, but didn't work out. And so the result is the Tor takes it down. That was a bad loss for me. So, yep, what I expected for them to move the UAZ after trying to spot the recon. Good play. I asked for a recon helo here. I don't think we get one. Resupply, making sure that they don't do anything. So this is pretty much the starting force that they had here the whole game. And they didn't really have to do anything about it because we couldn't push it. This over here, good spot. Generally people place it in this area just so that they have the better range. They'll actually hit past this. This line of sight is to here. This angle, that's about it. Which is kind of not enough time for them, but it worked out for them this game. If you put it over here, you'll have this huge expanse right here. This is a larger area than just this small spot from this bush versus this. More line of sight, just, you know, make it more effective. K-52 returning to the field. I get a Patriot because we see so many planes. Eventually I get an ASF. So they're slowly pushing this with whatever resources that they have extra, because over here we're always clumped in this, which is something that players do. And it's not exactly the greatest thing because, again, Buratino, we push one time, Buratino right here as they're holding us, everything's panicked, B5 it to finish off because why not? But that's just, I'm not too happy that that happened. My CFV actually runs out of fuel. I didn't realize it for a really long time. Wastes a nice huge rocket on that and misses. It's calm too, so that's kind of weird. So you can see this vehicle over here. Part of the problem is that he just didn't push straight forward into the rockets that were actually coming at it. So he took that out. So there was nothing here. He should have had access to get in. So now we see the two B5s and a MiG-27. You can see an Eagle, 1,000 fuel. Patriot, first hit, stun. This does not throw a bomb. This one will though. Evac Winchester. Boom. MiG-27. Buratino as well. You see everything that was in that silly small circle got fucked. And whatever unit was there was one unit that died. All three planes got destroyed, by the way. So the real problem is that this stopped moving forward. We would have gotten a Buratino, would have gotten the UAZ. Look at this. There's absolutely no unit here to reinforce. He kept this here for whatever reason. This stayed still. This didn't move up. This was staying in fire. I was asking him, can you move up? Nothing really happened. I told him that I would handle the left. Don't worry about it, so that he can focus on the push. I wanted him to push the whole time. And he kept doing this straight attack, which is good, but we didn't secure the beachhead at the first part. You see this? If he just moved it up there immediately, that Bertino would be dead. That UAZ would be dead. This probably would have side-shotted if they didn't move quick enough. You know, if you stop and shoot, if you do attack move. At this point, I'm hearing some stuff about getting side-shot all the time, and look at this, it's going to get side-shot because, well, you exposed it to faggots. Fagot. Alright. CEV, one of my favorite units. Too bad it's not a Red 4 unit. Over here, we got some infiltration. It's a pretty good tactic to go use cargo, but next time, don't have a unit next to it so that it gets taken away. I looked at the minimap and was like, whoa, we got enemies here. Move your CV. And too late. It was a good play. Anyway. Now he's reinforcing, putting it to the bushes because none of it's covered. He's keeping this on fire, so it's panicked the whole time. It's not going to do anything. He doesn't have heliborne troops. This is one of the reasons why I like to have at least one card of heliborne troops, just so that when your push is going well, or you really need some infantry, heliborne troops all the way. They'll get there. You'll have a helicopter to do some damage. I don't know if you noticed, but they have 0 AA here, and we did not even exploit that. That's a huge problem. I could have, oh my god, I never saw that. Didn't even realize it. Because I was really focused here, and making sure that nothing occurred here. Which, they reinforced this pretty well. This was not going to go down easy. It's well done by them. Small, going to try to take on Louis Jean. I don't think it's going to work out too well. Small don't really get to fire there, small. So it's not going to work out at all. This gets refueled eventually. So now they have a firing arc on whatever goes this way, right? Well, there's this. You can flank into it. They had nothing. Just that Liege one. Humvee's moving up to try to hit him as well. It's going to be too late. So I'm thinking that these guys will want to push in because we've been pushing here so much and they've held us off so often that they would push in. But it hasn't happened yet. Because Kamran is holding on, pushing on one side and Khan is handling this side. Yeah, this is Khan and Kamran's units. No, it's all Khan's. Wow. They weren't. This is all one guy. He did wonderful. Alright. Well done. So I was bringing in helicopters because I saw no AA until the Tor moves up. Used the Hornet. I saw a Tor with it. Right-clicked it. Fantastic. This Hornet is elite, as you can see. And that's because I wanted to kill what I target. TY-90's on a defensive holding pattern because he saw me flank through this way. I think all he had to do was get a recon right there, right there, right there. One of those two, any of those spots would have been perfect. You would have known. You wouldn't have to worry. Cobra landing because I don't know what's going on. Low altitude, he can't use his RPG just yet. Some stuff going on over here. He's telling me that they have so many tanks and ATGMs and stuff that's killing his units, and I tell him, so don't go frontally. I'm trying to make a bridge right here because this is pretty helpful to keep. Yuki Hyundai get attacked by CEVs. It's a pretty nasty endeavor. So they're both trying to fire this way. Oop, one squad gets wrecked. Love this gun. 8 damage. So he's pretty much holding pretty well. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Nothing really is going on besides me trying to exploit no AA. Really should have brought these up earlier. He did really well. This should have been brought back to over here possibly. This squad should have moved up just so that he can get more vision. Cobra did a nice job. I'm actually surprised. I used my Seagull as anti-air helicopter. It works out. Same with the Hornet. Although it got hurt, so I had to run away with it. My Eagle, I bring it away because I saw a Tor. Well, I didn't see it, but I know the damage. Something hurt my other guy. So they pretty much own Foxtrot. And it's probably because this guy got to focus on it while defending and buying CVs. While Khan just told us to fuck off Charlie. He did a wonderful job, actually. If we had smoke, we could have smoked this position while we pushed over here. That would have probably been the most effective thing to do. But we didn't have anything that could provide smoke. BTRDs killing Navy SEALs, good idea. The reason is that Navy SEALs are anti-infantry with their second weapon loadout. It's not an RPG, it's a grenade launcher. And vehicles are just laughing off the damage. These guys are landed because KA-52 can't attack them except with its gun on the front. 2A-42. I told my Cobra to go focus fire the ground and then land after getting shot at. DAP gets shot at, it's panicked, shoots at the K-52, it tries to land, but these guys shot it down. B1's tracked, lucky for me, so I'll be able to see it. Prowler takes out that. Tunguska moving up, smart move, because I keep taking out his AA. Hornet doing some massive work for me. Gun runs, SAM, sidewinders, and all that other nonsense. Does a wonderful job. Look at this. I could have sworn we were attacking here, and we're making 0 headway. I got into the buildings, but my fire support died. And this is pretty much the beginning of the end. Or rather, the continuation of the end. It always was this way. The Hornet gets to kill both. In reality, that shouldn't have happened. It's actually very hard to go do the two. Could have probably done this direction with the mouse and got them both and then flew back home to avoid getting shot up more. Because I saw it wasn't getting fired at by AA, I moved up a helicopter, tried to flank through, IL-102, did some weird maneuvers. It's apparent that they tried to do a gun run, which really didn't work, which is really funny. I'm going to actually slow it down because that's really funny. It only worked right now Black Hawk, boom, boom, boom. It's really ineffective as a gun runner. Take a look at that. It got a full cycle. Oh, I see. Okay, it's only... Yeah, it was really ineffective. Although it could be effective against ground targets. That's actually interesting. It's a kinetic energy gun. Wow. That could possibly do really good gun runs. Wow. 2800 range. Seagull trying to take that out. I don't think that I do. Critical. Bum, 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 bum. Do I? No. Oh yeah, it survives. This guy comes in. I kill it. Seagull flies between two TY-90s, and a Tor is gonna try to get a shot off, but it doesn't. Flies away too fast. TY-90 misses pretty often. Seagull's flying away at a high angle. Took only a couple damage. Don't know from what really. These guys took out the CV. Kinda stopped the bleed from being hardcore. I'm bringing my hero Hornet because I want to save my Rangers. I don't want him putting another unit up here. So the Hornet comes in. HQ7s are on the side. He really should have moved these over based on what I was doing. CV is over here. So the Hornet, I tell it to fly a little bit away from there because of that guy. I target this TY-90 so that it can be panicked so I can gun run the Mi-25. Wow. The aim Sidewinder takes it out with a little gun run. Mi-25 we're going to hit next because my Rangers, I don't want him getting hurt. He's making pretty much just solidifying his hold over here. He did a wonderful job. I was trying to be a little bit cheesy with all the helicopters, but he had no AA. Manpads would have been nice, or just, you know, not losing all of his AA to seed. This gets hit pretty hard. My Rangers probably could have attacked that, but I didn't tell him to. Hornet flies over a Tor. I don't know why he didn't stop it. I actually should have lost this. And there we go. He stops it. It fires once. Fires twice. Let's see what happens. Do I survive from here? Yes. I'm telling it to go out to the TY-90 this time. And bam. That worked out really well for me. I lucked out. I think I'm still staying in the fight because my Rangers... Or do I stay in the fight? Let's see. I stay in the fight. It seems like it's a mistake. Flying over. Guess what? These guys see it. 47%. 1 out of 2. Boop. Alright. It goes down. My hero goes down. Ranger squad taking out that TY-90 from the very beginning. It seems like really our Blue 4 just did not trade well at all whatsoever. Red 4 did a wonderful job of holding off with the bare minimum. Used bombers pretty well. The helicopter push was excellent. Just, you know, if you're going to do a helicopter push, freaking commit to it. Don't do like 1 or 2 anti-air. And it usually helps to just have multiple and a little bit of cannon fodder, like the Ranger guys in the helicopter. CEV getting shot at. It missed. I think it would have killed it if it was side armor. Yeah, would have killed it, side armor. So I lucked out. For 13 front, it'll take 2 or 3. This round takes it out. My Prague trying to get over. I was like, ah, he has no AA. Wonderful. And then I see a CEV. So these VDV did amazing amounts of damage with their weapons. That was incredible. It was only 60 shots and 60 and 70 of the 2 different weapons. My Rangers putting up a valiant fight. Prowler has no guns, can't help him out. Sometimes I wish it was a Wild Weasel, but it's not. VDV kill that M8 AGS. Nothing's really happening over here except for Blue 4 units getting killed. See, we never used this part of the map to go fire support towards here. We never had units here, except for the one time I brought a squad over that got wrecked by 4 others. And then he has units here, and they're like, well, it's kind of too late. SU-27M fighting my Prowler. I don't think that the Prowler... I think it goes down, actually. So I don't remember if I had it, even though I played it like a couple minutes ago. That did a gun run on my guy. I used my eagle to chase, and this eagle did tons of work. It was fantastic. SC-27 escapes with its life narrowly, gets a little gun run going off, and it takes it out. I probably could have attacked this, but there was a Tor. I didn't want to risk it. Fire control malfunctioning, so after that, my Rangers are going to get demolished. Gonna put it back to 1. Yeah, they get demolished. A new guy comes around and is like, goodbye. So yeah, we don't really survive. My attack marker was a little bit off. We'll see what happens. Stuns, wow. I made a bad mistake by marking the wrong spot, and we lose. There you have it. They did a wonderful job. We played pretty well, but they played much better. They really did well. Alright, good game, guys. Bye.